we'll come to a nice comfortable laying place. So make your way all the way down to laying on your mat. Take a few really good deep inhales. And wonderful relaxed exhales. Our intention for today is an idea of trying to just enjoy the process, to really luxuriate in all the sorts of different poses. So we're going to go through quite a bit, quite a few poses, and some of them will be balance challenging types of poses. But the idea is through the whole class, we're going to take it slow and easy and find different ways to really just be with a really good stretch. Anytime we're in a pose where we're pausing and just enjoying it. And so if you don't feel anything necessarily going on throughout the class, if at any point, you're just kind of there, see if you can sink your weight a little bit deeper or experience your shoulders slightly more. See if you can play around with it until you really feel your body starting to open, starting to expand, starting to really stretch and feel good. And so in that way, it's almost like today is a luxury, just a chance to be with our body, to work on our flexibility, getting some nice, really good deep stretches, but not needing to, to flow quite so quickly today. We're going to really be in each pose that we're in. And so we're going to start off here. Just take 2 or 3 more breaths, setting this intention into our body, this intention of slowing down and enjoying the moment that we have. Deep breaths in. Wonderful, relaxing breaths out. We'll start to bring the knees in toward the chest. Hands can hug around the knees. Any movements that feel really kind and helpful for the body, we explore for just a moment through those poses. I love starting off here with a hamstring and a hip opener. We're going to take our little stretches for that. Start to drop your left foot down for a moment. Right leg really gets a nice chance stretching up to the sky. Try to pull it in and explore. So does it feel best to just pull it into the deepest angle and hold? Does it feel better to kind of play around with bending the knee and straightening just lightly? We're here for a few good deep breaths. Maybe ankle rolls is the best place to play with right now. And then eventually we can take this right ankle up onto the left thigh. Hands can hug around the thigh. Pulling it in a beautiful way. So how can we really help that hip to stretch? Another huge inhale. Nice relaxed exhale. And then both legs are going to stretch up to the sky. Some of us will be holding onto thighs, onto ankles, onto big toes. Whatever you can reach, take a chance for both legs to be all the way up, upward, stretching out for us. And then release this right foot to gently plant on the ground. Grabbing onto the left leg, start to play with this side. Do you want ankle rolls? Do you want the hamstring stretch, pulling it tight? Are you pulsing at all? What's the best and kindest way to move this? And eventually drop this left ankle onto right thigh. Hands hug around that right side. Give it a nice tug inward. hip opening for us. Keep the breath flowing. That's part of how we enjoy and luxuriate in different poses, by really enjoying. If you've ever, been in a beautiful scenic place, the most natural thing to do is just take a huge inhale and just sigh it out, because it's like, I want to keep this moment forever. And even though we can live in the now. We can be so happy and so present. So as we start to release this ankle, both legs go up to the sky again. Grabbing onto calves, ankles, big toes, whatever you can reach. Let both arms open, inviting the legs to spread wide. And both legs come together. Both knees bend wide for happy baby. Pull the feet down. Both legs stretch upward. Doing that gentle cycle again, both legs wide. Both legs together. Happy baby. Lengthening back up one more time. And then let's make our way up toward a seated position. If you want to roll like a ball a few times, that could be wonderful for your spine. Or if at any point you're ready to just be up, let's take our cobbler pose. Bottoms of the feet together, thighs opening. Lift the spine up tall. Tilt forward, and then find that beautiful chance to breathe and relax. Nice and deep into the hips. We begin to walk our hands forward, popping the hands up on the fingertips, and let your body have a chance to sway around. So sway slightly to the right, slightly to the left. Find any tight areas that need an extra breath. Gradually walking back up toward a seated place. If you can comfortably maintain cobbler without the hands, the feet can stay here. Otherwise, slip it to just a simple cross-legged position. Our right elbow comes under the left elbow for eagle's arms. And once you've got your arms wound around each other, I want you to just play around. So maybe you're kind of swaying left and right. Maybe you're lifting the elbows up and down. Maybe you're curling in, touching the elbows to the belly button. And then straightening back up, lifting the elbows up. Give yourself a few more breaths just to luxuriate in the eagle's arm. Loving how this gives our shoulders a chance to stretch out with it. Can the head play along as well? Beautiful. Coming to stillness, the arms open out wide behind us. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant the right hand down. Start to lean over toward the right with the left arm. Giving that good chance to stretch up and over. And do any little movements feel natural here. Swaying slightly forward and slightly backward with the arm. Getting a chance to really enjoy this. Good, rising back up. Left elbow under for eagle's arms. And again, find a chance to sway and play with it. Where are you tight? Can you get to that spot and breathe and relax into it? How can this be the most beautiful eagle's arm shape you've taken in your entire life? Take another deep breath in and out. Coming to stillness. The next inhale, we open the arms super wide. We plant the left hand and lean over to the left. That top arm getting that chance to stretch up and over, nice and long. Maybe we're swaying slightly back, slightly forward. Just play around with it, be with it. Good, eventually rising all the way up. We pick up the knees. And we swing our legs around into a nice kneeling position. From kneeling, we're going to combine the movements of cat-cow, the spine going up and down, with hip circles, hips tracing as wide of a circle as we can. So anytime we rock forward, we're taking the cat, the spine getting a chance to round up, especially to the upper back. And then as we start to take the cow, the hips go through the side, they go backward, we're finding a nice arch as much as we can to the back space. Go over to the other side, and round the vertebrae back up to the front. Switch directions, cat, trying to get as much of a cow as you can as the hips go back. And then traveling through the side and forward, cat again. And just play with it. Another time like that. And then see if you can reverse it. When you go forward, take the cow, the arch. Circle through the side, take the cat. And then find the cow at the front again. Reverse that direction. And sometimes the movements are very micro. There's not much that we can do. Take one more to each direction like that. Cat backwards, cow forward. Beautiful. Bringing the hands into the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the hips. You're in a downward facing dog shape. Letting the head relax heavy. You can either just continue to pedal out with your legs, finding very good stretches, or sometimes it's nice to try to take the right foot, take the big toe and that second toe, wrapping it around the left heel, and as the hips lift up high, we're trying to push that left heel down with the focus of the right foot. Freeing out the right foot, step it down, switch it out. Trying to push that right heel down with the left foot. Beautiful. Free out that side. Lift the hips up high. From here, rock both heels over to the left side. Notice how the spine wants to just kind of round through the shoulders. See if you can continue to lift the hips up. Notice the slight difference through the legs, the back side of them. And then heels come back up, normal down dog. Heels tilt over to the right side. Good. Heels lifting all the way back up. And from here, we gradually begin to walk our hands backwards until we're in a forward fold at the back of the mat. Feel how your body is able to enjoy this shape, whatever we need to do to get there right now. So maybe we're bending the knees and straightening them. Maybe we're swaying the upper body, finding a little bit of looseness through the upper body. Bending the knees, we gradually roll our way up toward a standing position. And we begin to heel toe the feet nice and wide, a little bit wider than the mat. Once you're in that wide shape, start to squat down. Make sure the knees don't go past the toes, otherwise your feet need to get just a little bit wider. And so I'll face forward in case you're having trouble seeing me. So from this nice wide goddess type of a shape, we take our eagle's arms, right elbow under left, winding the hands around. And know that if the eagle shape is not working for the rest of class, anytime we do this, you can just bring your hands to each other's shoulder and then start walking your hands backwards like you're trying to touch the shoulder blades. That is a nice way to do that pose if you can't do the whole forearms winding around each other. Now from here, think of the elbows, and 3 times we're going to let the elbows trace as wide of a circle as it possibly can, while the legs are nice, toning themselves, finding the beautiful strength here. So elbows start to lift all the way up. Trace a clock face, going over to the right. How low can you get the elbows while still maintaining balance? Tracing elbows over to the left and as high up as they can go. 2 more times with this clock face. All the way up. 1 more. And up. Take a huge inhale, arms open. Dropping the hands down to the insides of the knees. We sit the hips back and we sink our straight arms into the pose so the arms help to push the hips even wider. And find some fluidity here. Drop one shoulder down through the middle. And the other shoulder. First side again. And second side. Good. Rising back up to this squatted position. Left elbow goes under this time. And this time we trace the clock face to the other direction. So elbows up, elbows over to the left, counterclockwise. Trace down low, over to the right, and up. Round number 2. And up. And round number 1. And up. Good, we've got a little bit longer here. Open out the arms. Drop the hands to the inner thighs. Take another moment to drop right shoulder down. And drop left shoulder down. Good. Now turn both toes forward. Our spine is evened out. From here, we clasp our hands behind our back. And as we lean forward, we're pulling our arms into a nice shoulder stretch from behind us. Are there any little tiny movements you can do here in this shape that would help you out? You could play with the shoulders, almost like a clock going tick-tock back and forth. You could play with the legs, giving them a slight bend and then straightening them. You could work with the breath, finding a longer spine with the inhale and a deeper release with the exhale. Lots of ways to play. We're here just a few more breaths. After this next exhale, gradually release your hands back down, earthbound. Begin to heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Take your time, enjoying each and every moment being here. And find a beautiful chance to release downward. From here, we walk our hands back forward into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths to continue lifting hips up high. You can imagine that you've got a monkey tail sticking off of your sacrum, off of your tailbone, and that's wrapped around a pipe above you. And as you curl your monkey tail around the pipe, it's helping you lift your hips higher and higher and higher. Another good inhale. And then exhale, come into a plank position. If you'd like to drop down to your knees, that's perfectly fine. We're taking a slow motion chance to lower all the way down, belly touching the earth. And from here, we take a back bend. If it's possible to come up to cobra pose, planting the hands and then straightening the arms, that's perfectly fine. If the cobra pose is slightly too deep, you have two options. Either walk the hands forward or just drop down to elbows and sphinx pose instead. Any of these are perfectly fine. And then a gentle motion that we're going to take is with the neck moving up and down at the same time that we gently let one foot come up and then lower down. So we're going to start off with the right foot. First, the chin comes down to the chest, the foot is relaxed right now. When we gradually lift the chin up skyward, the right foot lifts as if we're trying to touch the head to those toes. As we start to release the head back down, the toes return. Bring the chin all the way to the chest so you feel that stretch on the back of the neck. Second side, as the chin starts to lift, bring the left toes up, as if you could one day get the head to touch the toes. And drop it back down, chin all the way to chest. Take it another time right, nice and slow. And dropping it down. Another time left. Head starts to rise. Toes try to get as close as they can. And relax. Drop the chin down to the chest. Rock the right ear over the right shoulder. Rock the chin down to the chest. Left ear over toward left shoulder. Good. Chin back down to chest. We gently lower so that we can slide our hands right underneath the shoulders. We press up and back into a nice child pose, sinking the hips back. After such a long back bend, feel that low back release and relax into this child pose, holding as much length through the spine as possible. If you'd like to stay a few more breaths, that's absolutely fine. Listen to your low back. When you're ready for down dog, you'll find yourself planting the hands, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up to that nice high shape. Maybe little wiggles again, or maybe focusing on that monkey tail. Perhaps it's fun to play this time with lifting the heels as high up as you can go, stretching the toes, and then dropping the heels as low down as they can go, stretching the calves. Maybe taking 3 more of those, nice and slow. We gradually work our way up toward the top of the mat. Feel free to take little steps unless you want to hop all the way forward. And how does this forward fold feel different than the first one that we took? What does your body want to do right now? Can you give it a chance to sway, to find stillness? Whatever the body's asking for, can you luxuriate in that? Enjoy being in your body. Take another beautiful inhale. And then with our next exhale, our arms circle through the sides. We start to rise all the way up to stand. Hands come together up above us, a slight arch to the spine behind. And hands down to the heart. Gradually, we're going to start adding in more and more balancing poses. So know that if you need to be close to something like a table or a chair or a wall, if you'd like to be near anything, that's perfectly fine. Or just play for a moment and then come back out. Whatever you can do in the poses, that's beautiful. And so we're starting off just with a nice fierce pose, sitting back like we're in a chair. Our hips start to go back. Check the knees, making sure they're not going forward of toes. Tailbone tuck slightly under. And just enjoy the strength of the legs for a moment. When you're sitting in chairs for 5 hours at a time, that's when this pose, I begin to enjoy it more. I don't always like working my legs, but when I want to feel them, this is a quick way to get into it. Now we're heading into a balance pose from here. Try to shift all of your weight into the left foot. The right ankle comes up. We're going to try to take the right ankle onto the left side. Perhaps one hand goes down to the knee, one to the foot. And as we continue to try to sit back even further, we're helping this right knee to open up, similar to what we were doing first being on the floor. Two more slow breaths right here. We're going to straighten the standing leg, and this right foot is going to be hovering in front of us. If we can clasp our hands around the knee, try to find that clasp. If not, hands under the thigh is fine as well, or just hands supporting the thigh. And so find this balance. Make sure that you're not like kind of sacrificing the posture. You're still lifting the spine nice and tall. And finding a balancing twist from here, leave the left hand on the knee. Right hand tries to open out behind you. Feel any wobbliness that's going on and just enjoy it. This is part of the journey. Another good inhale. Exhale, torso returns forward. Leaving the standing foot as it is, this right foot comes behind and then scoots to plant off that left edge of the mat. So right foot's crossing behind to the left. From there, right up above head, grab onto the right wrist and pull that right wrist to the left. Some people call this Krishna pose. It's very similar to the banana pose that we take on the ground. So hips trying to get pushed further and further and further over to the right. You can even bend that left knee to help the hips go to the right. Good. Start to unwind. Plant both feet next to one another. Sit back down like the chair. Keep the breaths flowing. Right elbow starts to wind under left elbow. Either stay right here or right thigh comes over left thigh for eagle's pose. Remember, kickstand is always an option. Dropping those toes to be on the ground. Otherwise, maybe the toes go for the full bind, the full winding around. Another good inhale. Good. Exhale, unwind both feet flat. You're sitting back down like the chair. Elbows curl in toward the belly button. Elbows lift up to the sky. Curl into the belly button. Lift up to the sky. One more time, curl into belly button. Lift up to sky. And then as you start to move into a forward fold, the arms are like bird's wings behind you. And drop them all the way down, straightening through the legs. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Step, walk, or jump the feet back toward a plank shape, or go straight to down dog. From plank, we take a flow, bending the elbows, lowering down. A nice back bend. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Left leg floats up to the sky, three-legged dog. Step that left foot all the way forward in between the hands. Back heel rotates down. The arms rise up, warrior one. And from here, we begin to float forward, trying to find the balance through warrior three. You need to shorten the stance to get that spine. Start to tilt your body weight over that left leg. Maybe you're at a nice high angle. Maybe you're lowering all the way down to 90 degrees. And then as the torso rises, we're standing on that left foot. The left knee comes out in front of us. We either come to figure four, the right ankle on top of left thigh, or eagles, right thigh wrapping over. Maybe eagle's arms. We've got 3 more breaths, whichever you chose. One more good inhale. Exhale, unwind the arms, unwind the legs. Planting the feet, let yourself sway, almost like an egg beater. The arms rock over to the right, even hitting your body. They rock over to the left and hit your body. Feel how loose your spine is, how loose the arms can be, and feel your weight rocking to all the edges of the feet, loosening up any tightness that you might have experienced from that long sequence. Good. Take yourself one more time to each side, and then slowly start to slow down this egg beater until you're all the way facing forward. Circle the arms up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart, close the eyes. Tune into your heart center. This is another place to luxuriate with. Heart. What do you have to teach me in this moment? Being present and aware with it. Take another deep inhale, imagining you're connecting with that heart. A deep exhale. Begin that entire sequence, everything on the right foot for the standing foot. And so we begin sitting down like we're about to go into a chair. Feel the strength of the legs, taking a few breaths. Remember, tailbone can tuck slightly under. That helps to make sure we're not aggravating the low back. And then start to try to take left ankle up onto right thigh. Maybe hands drop down, Trying to push that left knee open as you try to lower the squat down just a few inches. Straightening through the standing leg. This left foot begins to float out in front of us. Hands are on the thigh, maybe around the knee. Trying to pull it in, a gentle tug. Posture is becoming nice and tall. Shoulders pulled back. Taking the twist, leave the right hand on the knee. Left hand begins to open up behind you. Turning forward, we do that Krishna or that banana pose. So this left leg crosses behind the right leg and plants off to that right edge of the mat. Once it's there, the front leg, that looks like it can be slightly bent. Reach the arms up overhead, grabbing onto the left wrist, and pull that left wrist up and over to the right. Deep side body stretch, really enjoy arch. Beautiful. Unwinding yourself. Plant that left foot back down. Sink the hips down into chair. Trying out an eagle, left thigh over. Maybe kickstand version, maybe toes wrap around. Left elbow under. Another inhale. Exhale, drop this left foot down. Sink the hips back. Fierce pose like we're sitting in the chair. Exhale, elbows into the belly button. Inhale, elbows lift up. 2. And 1. Unwind the arms. They're opening out like bird's wings as we gently come down into the forward fold. Hands dropping all the way down. Legs are looking toward straight. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step walk or jump to plank. You can go up to down dog if you wish, or take the additional flow, lowering down, back bend, down dog. Right leg begins to float up to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps all the way forward in between hands. Back heel down, arms float up, warrior 1. We begin to tilt forward to warrior 3. If you need to shorten the stance, that's great. See what angle your spine can stay controlled at. Another good breath in. And then exhale, we start to rise up, bringing this left leg up either for the figure 4, the ankle crossing on the thigh, or the eagle's legs. Maybe left elbow winds, 3 more steady breaths. Another inhale. Exhale, unwind. Touching both feet. Take a few more times, just swinging the arms left and right, like that egg beater. Good. Hands up to the heart. Take a breath into your heart space. Nice exhale. Up at the top of the mat, inhale up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands. Either go straight to down dog or take the flow. Left leg floats up to the sky. That left foot steps in between hands. Back heel rotates down. Arms float up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, rotate open, warrior two. The front elbow drops down to the front thigh. This left arm stretches up and over, or sorry, the right arm stretches up and over. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Drop that right hand down, left arm up and over. Front knee is still bent. Up. Take the left hand up, touch the left hand to the base of the neck. Right hand grabs the elbow and tries to pull the elbow midline, giving a beautiful chance to just be in the stretch. Another inhale. Exhale, unwind the arms. Cartwheel the hands to the ground. Swing this left foot up for a three-legged dog. And then left side of the knee comes down into pigeon pose. The toes can be as tucked in as you need to for yourself to stay comfortable. Continue to scoot the back toes backwards. Keep the hips level instead of rocking onto one side or the other. And drop down into a beautiful sleeping pigeon. If the heart rate picked up at all, can we slow it down here? Imagining that the slower we can make our breath, the slower the heart rate becomes. We begin to wake up our pigeon. Our hands start to plant. We rock our way all the way to sit on that left hip. And then this right leg swings all the way to be straight up at the top of the mat. This left foot is planted. Wrapping our hands around that knee, we lift our posture up tall. Leave the right hand on the knee. From the height of the posture, start to wind around into a beautiful twist. Gazing over that left shoulder. Unwinding our torso, we're going to rise up into wild thing pose from here. Right hand plants on the ground behind us. Our left hand lifts up to the sky as we lift our hips up and find a beautiful arch to the spine. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Cross both legs in. We rock forward, up and over onto hands and knees, beginning to play with all of that on the second side. So starting off with downward facing dog. Left leg floating all the way up to the sky. Stepping that foot all the way in between the hands. Back heel rotating down. Float the arms up to the sky, warrior one. Take an inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Drop the front elbow to the front thigh. This left arm stretches up and over. And rise. Back hand to back thigh. Right hand up and over. And rise. The right hand reaches up. Bring that hand to the base of the neck. Left hand grabs the elbow and pulls the elbow midline, getting that nice tricep stretch. Take a good inhale. Exhale, start to open out the arms, warrior two, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to surround that foot. Try to step the front foot up into three-legged dog, reaching it up high. And then send the side of that knee under and through for pigeon on this side. Scoot the back toes backward. Keep the hips and the sacrum level as we start to drop down to elbows. Gradually begin to plant the hands, walking the torso up. Sit all the way onto the right hip now. Left leg swinging around in front of you. This right foot is planted. We take the twist, so clasping the hands around the knee at first to keep the posture lifting tall. And then leave the left hand on the knee. Right hand comes behind your back as you begin to wind around that tall stacked spine. Good. Unwinding forward, we have that option to take the wild thing pose, dropping the left hand to plant behind us. And then as the right hand circles up, we begin to lift the hips up. Wild thing. Find a beautiful arch to the spine. And hips lowering all the way down. Good. Here we're going to take a few final beautiful stretches for our body. Our left foot gets tucked in toward the pelvis as the right leg opens out long. If you want to come long ways on your mat, that's fine. It's up to you, whatever's working best. And stacking our spine up tall, first we begin to turn our belly button toward that left bent knee. Bringing our torso toward that side, we're still stacked tall. From here, the right hand comes to the right inner thigh. And the right shoulder is gradually going to start dipping toward that right thigh as the right hand slides down on the ground. This keeps the shoulders stacked. And so as soon as we start making our way as far down as the shoulders can still be stacked, this left hand begins to circle up and over and have some play time here. Do you want to stay statically? That could be a beautiful stretch. Do you want to round the shoulders in and back ever so slightly? Play around with it. What is the most helpful thing for your body right here? Take a good inhale. Exhale, gently start to rise. Begin to switch the legs out. Tuck the right foot in, left leg goes out long. First things first, turn the torso toward the direction of that right bent knee. Planting the left hand down on the inner part of the left thigh. And then as we start to dip that left shoulder closer to the thigh, that left hand slides down as far as it wants to go to keep the shoulders stacked. Last step, right arm up and over. Any sorts of playing, curling the shoulder in and back. Any of that feels good and kind, take it. Gradually begin to rise. Let both legs open out about 80% of your maximum. Posture is still tall, otherwise you bend your knees so that hips can be stacked upright. And just enjoy a chance to be melting forward. Is it most helpful to have swaying here, just gently going left and right? Is it most helpful to continuously walk the hands forward? What feels the best in your body today? Every day is a new experience. Gradually, we start to walk the hands back up. We pick up both knees, swinging them together. When feet are out in front of us planted, let's try to hug around our knees. Maybe you're holding onto hands, maybe you're wrapping all the way to elbows. And as you start dropping the head down toward the kneecaps, feel the spine, enjoy this chance to have a little bit of curvature, a nice relaxing pose. Taking 3 or 4 good, comforting breaths, almost like you're hugging the inner child within. Starting to make our way down onto our backs for our final Shavasana. Make sure your body's extremely comfortable, whatever you need to do. If you're flat on the ground, that's great. If your low back needs more attention, you can plant the feet as wide as the mat and just let the knees fall inward toward one another so there's no muscular effort required. Perhaps you have the palms face up on the earth. Perhaps you have the palms face down on your thighs or on your belly or on your heart. Adding that grounding, earthly, loving quality to the body. So whatever is highest and kindest for your body right now, move into that version of Shavasana. And here, all we have to do for the next few minutes is just be. Shavasana is honestly, I think, the most important part of a yoga class. If you skip over it, you skip the integration aspect. And so then you throw yourself into the next part of your day and your body is left wondering what you're going to throw at it next. This helps us to integrate, and it helps some of these lessons to really solidify themselves in the very cells. But the best part is all you have to do to let that integration happen is just breathe. So be present, be with your body and breathe. Here, begin to deepen your inhales and deepen your exhales. A chance to move fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. We're starting to stretch out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually taking a beautiful fetal position off to one side. Be present here with your body for 3 more breaths. Eventually pressing our way all the way up to sit. We join our hands together in front of the heart. And tune into our heart space. To me, the heart space is where that ability to luxuriate in any given moment arises. Without the heart, life becomes passionless. And we're just working like robots, getting ourselves from one day to the next. So tuning into this heart, we love it. We're excited to be with it through the day, to really enjoy our presence and to really enjoy any breath, anything that we get to do today, filling ourselves with a ton of gratitude for every breath that we have this ability to breathe despite this COVID-19 right now. So with all of this to help lead us forward, let's wrap up this beautiful time we got to share together with the sound of Om. Taking a deep inhale now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.